question to ask you, my friends. In recent times, across television debates, political rallies, social media platforms, a question echoes repeatedly: who's standing with India against China and Pakistan? Some ask it in fear, others ask it in frustration. But I am standing here before you to tell you this, that it is actually a wrong question. Because the question is not who is standing with India. The real question should be, who does India stand with? We must stop defining ourselves by the shadow of our neighbors. We were never a nation built on victimhood. We fought it out and we survived and we prospered. We are a civilization that was built on vision. We are not a country waiting for alliances of convenience. We are a nation that shapes partnership of purpose. We don't plead for relevance. We create. It's time for paradigm shift in our national psyche. From asking who will protect us to declaring who will we protect. From wondering who will speak for us to asking whose voice will we amplify. From counting allies to becoming an anchor for others. To the world we must now say India stands with stability, India stands with justice, India stands with progress, and most of all, India stands tall. Have you ever heard anyone ask who's supporting China? Has anyone ever debated who's standing with the United States? No, because great nations don't seek validation. They project the purpose. India is not a country that begs for backing. India is a country that builds bridges. We are not standing in line to be chosen. We are choosing where to stand. So let us ask, who does India support in fight for democracy and peace? Who does India back in the struggle for climate justice, sustainable development? Who does India uplift in pursuit of technology, knowledge, equitable progress? Let the world know India is not waiting to be counted. India is already leading. We are the force. We are a voice of global south. We are a bridge between east and west. We are the moral force that can balance power with principle. India doesn't need crutches. We carry our own weight and much more. And when we are talking about India, what I am more concerned about is what will carry India into the future. We all leaders need to carry India into the future. You know, something comes to my mind as I talk about India. And here, since I am talking about the leadership, there is a very interesting story. This story is not from the battlefield or the boardroom, but at the balcony of Lord's cricket ground. Do you remember July 13th, 2002? Saurav Ganguly took off his shirt following India's dramatic victory over England. In a spontaneous, exuberant celebration, he removed his shirt and waved it from the Lord's balcony. A gesture that became iconic in Indian cricket history. This act was in part a response to England's Andrew Flintoff, who had previously celebrated a win in Mumbai by taking his own shirt off and waving it on the field. Ganguly's celebration was seen as a statement of confidence and a break from traditional decorum, symbolizing a new, assertive India and an era for Indian cricket. When Saurav Ganguly took off his shirt and waved it in the air, it wasn't just a celebration, it was a declaration. A declaration, a message to the world. India will no longer stay polite when insulted and quiet when wrong. That moment was not about cricket, my friends, it was about our psyche. The mental psyche that I was just talking about. A shift from being submissive to self-assured, from being apologetic to assertive. And today I stand before you with just one question. Where are the Saurav Gangulys of corporate India, of Indian society, of Indian leadership? For decades we have been the land of talent, culture, ancient wisdom. But you know what? It actually is a delusion. We gave the world zero, yoga, Ayurveda, democracy, when people were still finding fire. And yet, what have we done with that legacy in a modern world? Too often, we are contented by being a back office. Too often, we have accepted the narrative written by others for us. We have been the polite nation, the soft power, the eternal peacekeepers. But peace without strength is not diplomacy, my friends, it's delusion again. Being soft in a world of hard ambitions is not humility, it's surrender. Today we are surrounded by neighbors who don't wish us well. Let's not pretend about it. Let's not hide. We are encircled by threats. Economic threats, cyber threats, psychological warfare. People will love to see a rising India falter because an assertive India threatens the status quo. This is not an age of being just respected. This is an age of being feared for your competence, admired for your courage, and followed for your leadership. What India needs today is a firebrand leadership across every domain, in boardrooms, classes, bureaucracies, startups, society. And what is firebrand leadership? It is not a rage, it's not a rebellion for the sake of noise. It's a conviction with courage, decisiveness, with direction and passion, with a purpose. Saurav Ganguly did not just win matches. He actually built a new mindset. Don't just participate, dominate. Don't just represent India, roar for her. Don't fear failure, fear irrelevance. We need CEOs who don't wait for Silicon Valley validation. We need entrepreneurs who don't seek permission to innovate. We need HR heads who don't just manage talent but ignite it. We need leaders who, like Ganguly, are unapologetic Indian and unmistakably global. Because corporate India is the new battleground. It is where perceptions become power. It is where deals are made and destinies are defined. If you want a developed India of the future, we can't build it with timid minds and trembling hearts. We need fire in the belly, steel in the spine, and vision in our eyes. Saurav Ganguly has left cricket, yes, but his mindset, that fearless front foot aggression, it must enter DNA of Indian leadership. This is not just about cricket. It is about a culture, mindset, identity, power. This is about reclaiming a rightful place, not as a country that waits to be invited to the table, but that builds the table, sets the agenda, and leads the world. So let us stop waiting, let us stop apologizing, let us start leading. Let's become the Firebrand India the world can just not ignore. Let's fire up the India brand. And let me tell you, it starts at home. Don't think somebody else will come or lead you. Let the political leaders do their job. Let us do our job. The Indian industry is the second line of defense of the country. You are the first line on the India Firebrand. So become a firebrand. Get your companies become a firebrand. Let your industry become a firebrand. Show to the world that India is globally competitive. India is ready for the world, and here we come.